So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. iPhone 13, what to know so far. So I did some research. I've been looking around the interwebs, and in this video I want to share with you what I've learned, so you don't got to go do all of that yourself, and you can kind of get an idea of what to know so far on the iPhone 13 series that is supposed to be launching. And that's the first thing we're going to talk about is the dates. Did you know that the iPhone usually launches around the second or third week of September? It's been that way for quite some time, except for last year with the pandemic and all that. You know, it came out in October, but it's looking like it's going to be September this year once again. I'm thinking it's going to be right around September 13th to the 17th. So just pull out your iPhone calendar. It could be later as well. We're not exactly specific on a date just yet, but based on what I've seen in the past, it's looking like it should be second, third week of September. So do keep that in mind. So if you're looking for an iPhone right now, you might just want to wait because there is going to be some new ones getting announced. Although they may be in short supply due to the global chip shortage, we should see how that plays out though when they do finally get announced. I've been waiting for this one forever. What about you? The decrease in the notch. That notch is supposed to finally get a bit smaller on the iPhone 13. So if you're like, I'm tired of seeing this every year, it's the same thing over and over again with the notch. I've kind of made that complaint a little bit in some videos. However, you do get used to it. It's still going to be nice to see if they do actually decrease this, as you know, competing phones have been doing this for the longest time, and you would expect a big company like Apple to go ahead and tweak the design a bit from time to time. So I would like to see that notch get decreased in iPhone 13, and that's likely going to happen. So look forward to that, a decrease in the notch for iPhone 13. The next thing to know about the iPhone 13 is that it should be getting a 120 Hz Pro Motion display, previously seen and still seen on iPads to this day. Now, I've said it before, this is one of the smoothest 60 Hz out there in the iPhone 12 series right here. You don't really, it's not going to make a difference whether you buy it or not. But once you see 120 Hertz, there's no going back. So a lot of reports are saying that we're going to be seeing 120 Hertz on the iPhone 13 series. Now, it might be reserved for these Pro models and not for the entry level models, but we shall see how that plays out. My bet is it's going to be on all of them, considering that the Galaxy S21, S21 Plus, S21 Ultra all have, you know, high refresh rates, even the FE model. So I think it's going to be on all of them. However, some reports are saying it's going to be only for the Pros. We'll have to see how that plays out as well. But just know that 120 Hertz is a high likelihood for the iPhone 13 models. So the next thing is the camera. I know you like taking pictures with your iPhone. However, where it's really going to be improved more than likely is the video. So we're going to be able to see this new mode potentially where you get blurry background in video. Now, why is this important? Because forever on DSLRs, you could have blurry background with certain lenses. You can do that now with the portrait mode on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but in the photos now for the video. So you're going to be able to blur that background, make a more cinematic video. They might even call this mode cinematic video according to some reports already. So we'll see how that plays out. And the lenses are going to get bigger on the 13 Pro Max, bigger than what you see here already. And these were bigger than the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So look forward to that as well, and maybe even filter specific targeting with the photography on the camera. Basically what this means is that when it looks at a photo, it's going to be able to know what to filter in that photo to make it a little more saturated specifically. So this can be great for social media as well as people that just don't want to tweak their own photos. That's pretty awesome, I think, and we'll see how this plays out. But the cameras will be getting pretty good upgrades. I just don't think they're going to be like game changing, but they should be pretty nice updates for the iPhone 13, especially the Pro series of devices this year. So yeah, we're basically going to see similar designs as well on the back casing of these new phones. These are the iPhone 12s, but we're going to see similar designs, and the main reason is because when Apple does change the design up, you're going to see that they're going to give you the squared edges. You've seen they kept the iPhone 10 design around for a while, and if history is any indication, we're going to see squared edges again. Bigger lenses, smaller notches, pretty similar size displays as well. I think people are pretty happy with the current size lineup of the displays. Even the 13 mini should be making its way. However, this iPhone 12, this camera like this is going to probably become diagonal, more so to, I would say, match something like the iPhone 12 Pro. You could see kind of like that. It's going to be a bit more diagonal for the iPhone 13 model that replaces iPhone 12. So that is likely coming to these new iPhones, and the colors are still up in the air right now. I think a lot of people are looking forward to seeing some kind of return of rose gold, some kind of pink color. That's what we've been hearing, as well as, you know, a matte black potentially. You've seen Samsung bring a really beautiful black color, Phantom Black, to the S21 Ultra, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Apple put their own take on that, but I also wouldn't be surprised to see them bring their own unique color as well, because sometimes they bring their own unique color. Like, we never thought they were going to bring this Pacific blue, and then here it came. So we'll have to see how that plays out, but the colors are still kind of up in the air. But the two most ones talked about are the black, the matte black, as well as the rose pink, or some kind of goldish blush bronze color that's supposed to be closer to a pink than we've seen in recent years. Also, we're looking at A15 chipsets on here. Now, these should be enhanced versions of the Apple A14 chipset, and don't expect these things to be like 3 nanometer. I don't think we're there just yet. So just like the Snapdragon 888 CPU was an enhanced version of the 865 Plus, I think we're going to see, you know, enhanced versions of A14, and they're going to call them the A15 SoC. So definitely nice. And there's already reports that Apple has ordered over 100 million of these things, so they're expecting a monster quarter, and I think that's actually pretty accurate, as the iPhone 12 was a breakout, you know, sale of iPhone once again, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down whatsoever, regardless of pandemic, whatever. It's gonna be, I think, gonna crush it here with the iPhone 13. Let me know your takes on that. Do you think the iPhone 13 is gonna have a breakout quarter or not? Let us know down below in the comments. Something we didn't talk about much, but we should talk about here, is that you should know that the iPhone 13 is likely getting larger batteries, so that will make these phones a bit thicker. So iPhone 12s are quite thin with those squared edges. However, we might get a slightly thicker phone for an increased battery size, but I think people will like that trade-off. You know, a lot of people were saying in their reviews that the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro were not super stellar, not super impressive in heavy use. The 12 Pro Max didn't have no problems, but those two phones right there, the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro, you know, definitely needed some upgrades. So I think we're going to see larger batteries this time around, and that's what the reports are, you know, saying as well. So look forward to some larger batteries in the iPhone 13 models this year. So look, I know a lot of people don't all have the best 5G, but we're gonna see expanded 5G millimeter wave here for iPhone 13 models. So just gonna get a bit better, and of course we're gonna have the Qualcomm modems in here, so phone call quality should remain good as well for these devices. So that's about it. We talked about what you basically need to know so far about the iPhone 13. Now I'm going to share my take on this so far. I think this is going to be basically one of those S-like years where we get enhancements to what is already, you know, a pretty great design in the iPhone 12 models. I do think it's great that we're going to see larger batteries, and I'm definitely excited to see where Apple takes this notch thing, but I think it's going to be maybe a year or two before we see that full all screen on the front. I think we're really looking forward to that, a lot of us. Let me know if you agree down below, but I'm looking forward to seeing an all screen front on the iPhone. I wouldn't be shocked if Apple blows us all away and puts an all screen this year and just proves everybody wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen based on, you know, the dummies out there and all that stuff like that. So we'll have to see where this plays out, but I'm looking forward to a very similar but majorly upgraded in some areas, batteries, cameras, as always, the typical stuff, playing it safe, you know, for the iPhone 13. So let me know your thoughts, which colors you want to see, which one you're upgrading to, and even if you have video ideas you want to see me cover before they get here, because you know I'm going to cover them, drop them down below in the comment section so I could, you know, take notes of your suggestions. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, informing, I appreciate you for watching. As always, subscribe for more. Nick here. Be sure to be well. I'll catch you out in the next one. Peace.